Morning YouTube, here we are, my little blue cook set again. And this morning we're starting out with, you can see they're not 4 boiled eggs, they're 4 eggs to be boiled in cold water. And we'll see how long it takes to bring this to a boil. It's a nice warm day today. It's going to be, was it Thursday? The low for Thursday is supposed to be 1 degree. It's going to be 60 today. So a couple of warm days and a cold day. You know, I remember when I was a kid, during the winter, it was, I think, in 1983. It was a cold winter. Not like we have now. It was a cold winter. And the ground was froze solid. I mean, it was frozen like a rock. You could take a pick and just, you couldn't even chip the ground. It was frozen so hard. Now during the winter, you can take a shovel and dig a hole. It's crazy. Even last year, we got so much snow. Hadn't seen snow like that in a while, and still the ground wasn't frozen. And it was freaking cold. Well, this blue is supposed to be a Jetboil, knockoff version of the Jetboil. And so far, I've been impressed with it. Let's see where we are. Oh, already got bubbles coming up, so we'll be boiling here shortly. 2 minutes into the video. That's awesome. Some things are kind of bothering me about this whole Russia-Ukraine thing. Russia's moving its military, armor, artillery, blood, and hospitals to the border of Ukraine. Biden hasn't shut Russia out of the SWIFT system, so Russia can still sell their oil on the global market. I mean, if Biden was serious about shutting Russia down, he would remove them from the SWIFT system, so Russia couldn't sell their oil. It's kind of odd to me. I mean, if you really want to punish Russia for going into Ukraine, it seems like the first thing you would do is cut off their finances. Cut off their finances, you cut off their ability to make war. I just don't understand this whole process and how it's going. And I do believe that before long we're going to see a gigantic false flag event happen. It's going to drag us into a very terrible war. Let's see where we're at. Sounds vigorous. Almost there. I'm impressed with this little stove. And so far it's outperformed everything else. It's an ingenious concept. It's even better it's all contained. Now the Coleman stove, little micro stove, will fit inside the Stanley cup. You can't put the other Stanley plastic cups in there. You can't put the fuel in there unless you have a place for the stove. Whereas with the blue, the fuel, the stove, and everything fits inside the canister. Makes it for easy packing up. It's going now. Good job. Almost. We're boiling little bubbles. Now. I'm hoping for the kids they don't have to see something terrible. I pray for all the little children. I hope the cool heads prevail. And there is not a global conflict. Hope there's not an EMP or foreign invasion. Things can get terrible. You know, the United States is the only country. Look at this. 6 minutes. Bringing cold eggs and cold water to a boil. Yeah. Setting the timer for my eggs. Alright. Boil them suckers for 5 minutes and we'll shut it off. It's a lot faster than boiling them on the stove, that's for sure. Put eggs on my stove and turn it up on high. It seems like it still takes forever to get those eggs to boil. I mean, here we are at this little Jetboil knockoff and we're boiling eggs like crazy right now. It's awesome. And boil some water for a Mountain House meal real quick. I made some ramen noodles last night and I thought they was pretty good when I was a kid, and I tried them last night. I must have been hungry or something when I was a kid. I don't remember them tasting like that. But if things get bad like they say they might, ramen noodles might just taste pretty good. There's a lot of things a man will eat when he's hungry. You turn your nose up at when you're not. You'll eat some pretty nasty shit if you're hungry enough. I think everybody might get a little adventure with that. Try a little possum stew. Field mouse flambe. Yeah. Little things you turn your nose up at that other people in different parts of the world eat. Yep. They call it squirrels tree rats. Them little tree rats taste pretty damn good. Rabbit stew, fried rabbit, and good stuff. Dog's pretty good too. It's a little greasy, but it's good. Bear is a lot greasy and kind of disgusting. I believe it was Jim Bridger said that had a bear breaking into his chicken house and his dad killed the bear. He said he ate the bear and that was the nastiest meat he'd ever eaten. He said he'd go the rest of his life and never kill another bear. That goes along with the Bible too. So if you kill an animal, you're supposed to eat it. You're not supposed to kill it just to kill it. So things get kind of wild and you kill a possum. Well, you're gonna have to eat that possum. You're gonna go along with Scripture. Look at that. About to boil the lid right off that thing. Now 10 seconds we'll be done. 12 minutes total time and 5 minutes boiling eggs. Let me turn that sucker off. Look at that. We'll let it set for a little bit. Finish cooking. I have a feeling things are going to get real for everybody. I hope not. We all might get to see a little bit how the third world lives. If things go as bad as they are predicting and what's the word I'm looking for? Planning. Yeah, what they're planning to do. The rape of the whole world. Well, I'm gonna let my eggs cool down. Y'all have a good day.